Khang?
Yes, I can.
Nice to hear you again. How are you today?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm really good, really good. Thank you for asking. And can you please tell me, okay, how was your day so far? What did you do?
I think that is really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah? What happened? What did you do?
I just went to school today and nothing bad happened.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everything was really great. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, very nice. Now, we will start. I have one interesting topic. I look for one topic about what we can do. Okay, so I already asked you about some famous sports in your country. Okay, so and now I want to ask you about people who you admire right now, famous people that you admire. Are they scientists? Are they, for example, football players, sport athletes? Who do you admire too? Can you please tell me? Who is someone that you admire too?
I think that I'm not admiring anyone properly. Since I'm not interested in that topic.
Mhm. Okay. And what do you think about doctors? What is your opinion, for example, about doctors?
Doctors, yeah, I think that they have to inspire it because they can help me cure any kind of sick, and the work is already pretty tough because you know that in the I think that in the hospital that there are tons of virus because I think that when you do an operation, I think that like an operation that is born the children, that there are tons of virus in the body
Mm-hmm.
and then it's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So doctors have to work in that kind of environment. So they can easily cause the doctors to be sick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that as I admire it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and during the coronavirus, okay, a lot of people think that they are heroes. What do you think about this during the pandemic when coronavirus was there? So, what do you think about doctors? For example, in our country, doctors used to work for quite a big period of time. For example, their shifts were 12 or to 16 hours straight. So, what do you think? What is your opinion about them when we are speaking about them in this manner? So, what do you think about doctors when they are doing their job during the hard time?
So I think that they can first is that they have to be having. I think I talked about iron brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think that when the doctor is doing an operation, that they can see inside the body and a lot of blood.
Blood.
And even though that we don't do that, we see it. We just you know that the operation that is like take some uh, take some part of your body out and replace that with a new one. And
Mm-hmm.
doctors have to see blood. Yes, I think that when we see blood, we know that yes, they have to see it when they do an operation. And even born the children born too. The children born too.
Mm-hmm.
And they see blood and they see I think they see babies and inside body.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how scary is that? How scary is that? And when we see it, we were scared. That's when I'm not talking about the doctors that are seeing it, like every single week or even day. If they're good and they're participate in all kind of operation,
Mm-hmm.
even with the prime minister. So they have to be having an iron brain to see that kind of scary thing. And you know that when I think that when they when some YouTubers that upload a video about the children burning, they have to I think that try to blind something that or like no is not I think that is very sensitive
Mm-hmm. Okay,
and
and
they have to click yeah. But doctors see clearly every day. So yeah, I think that the biggest thing that I inspire about about the doctor that they see some bloody things.
okay, Kang, I just want to correct because several times you mentioned blood. It's not blood, it's blood. Blood.
Yeah.
Okay, just you to know. I didn't want to correct you in the middle of your speaking, so it's blood. Okay, so we have here doctors. Okay, now what other occupations? Okay, for example, we have here occupations, jobs. Okay, so what other jobs, okay, are respectful? Okay, so on what other jobs we can say that people should be respectful? For example, someone who is doing
like yeah, I think that another kind of sport, I think that is the teacher.
Teacher.
Yep, because not all students are hospitality, and not all students are study good. Some are naughty, and they are not that deal with the naughty students is actually the very impatient, and they're not to shout. They're not to shout at the children. When I hear it, I feel very annoying. But especially the kindergarten teacher, that they have to like hold the babies for like an hour and hearing it, shouting. And you know that even when I'm big, that I'm not shouting as good at that. And I don't know why I know that the baby's throat that's wrong. You shout from like 100 hits. Yep. They can like go up to about 150 decibel, and this can destroy your ear if you will hear it. But the kindergarten teachers, or especially the primary teacher, have to do it. And then the next problem is with the throat. I think that 90% of the time the teachers speak, except some class where the students do homework and teachers can do the work. But other than that, when you talk about another class, 90% of the time, I think that I can ask that the time of a class in Vietnam is 45 minutes in average class on every secondary school. And I think that during that time, there are about 40 minutes that the teacher speaking, especially the history and literature. There are tons of knowledge. And I think that dealing with roles, that is actually not very tough. I think that when I'm talking to you for an hour and I'm already feel very, very tired, even though that you speak a half and I speak a half. But teachers have to do like have to deal with that for about 2 to 3 hours. Yes, I think that the throat and the ears are the things that are being tortured. Yep. And next one is that first is the salary in Vietnam for the teacher is horrible. Horrible. And the lowest. I think that I have to say that the teacher's salary in Vietnam is the lowest compared to the Asia.
Asian countries. Asian
that
countries.
you know that the teacher's salary in Vietnam just that can only accept 71% of the normal average people. That's when I'm not talking about the entertainment, the shopping, the go to the cinema, and some other entertainment. No, we don't count that. It's only around $200 per month. It is so low. Even though the work is so hard, the salary is low like that. And I think that you know about the Luxembourg, right?
Of course. Yes.
And even though that it is a small country, but teachers there, I think that they receive about $131,000 per month. Yes, they receive that. About 1,000 times more than in Vietnam. So that's why everyone who wants to become teacher that go to that country. Because they are rich, so they can like accept a big amount of money for teachers. And the work is not as hard, since that they can deal with the naughty students. But in Vietnam, I think that the work is so hard, but the salary is so low. So that's why the Vietnam is completely running out of teachers. A few years recently, that the teacher is a job that no one accepts, because I think that this story about a lot of hard work, and you know that I'm scary to tell you about this. This is some situation with where students kill teachers. Yes, the student kills teachers.
No.
And I think there is some story.
I know that you're not joking.
There is some story.
So yes.
And you know that I think there is a real there is a story that is very hot on TikTok about 2 to 3 months 2 or 3 months recently. And do you know that the students is taking the shoes and throw it to the teachers? Yep, they have to deal with that because I think that it all depends on the imagination. When the students have to deal with the naughty student, they only have a few options, and none of them are safe. If they if they talk to the parents, then the parent will just say that is a small mistake. Every student do that. Why would you grow this thing up too big? But that if we just said to the students normally, like the mom is telling a baby, then the student will think that if we do anything wrong, the teacher will only say like this. And then they will just do more and more naughtier. So yep, every time they see a naughty students, that they will accept to teach that. And it's not very good. Yes, and all in all, I think the teacher is I think it's worse than the doctors. Because I think that the doctors, they can work normally. For the teachers, I think that they have to remove work at any time. I think that they will I think that the teachers that they will be going out of the school at any time. All depends on the principal. When they see a good teacher, that they can actually remove some old teachers out to replace with a new one. So that they more and more students go into the school and they can make more money. And they can raise the money. The parents have to pay to the school. And the reason is that we have a good teacher. Yep, the teachers, all in all, the teacher is very tough, but the salary is very low. I think that the government will try to improve this. Since the Vietnam is completely running out of teachers nowadays, and is degrees horrible.
I just want to tell you one thing. I don't want to forget about this. Okay, the first thing, two things.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one, I can hear a little echo from your side. Can you, are you wearing headphones?
No.
Okay. No. Okay. I will try, but now it's okay. Okay, so the first thing you mentioned something about. Okay, I'm aware of that. Okay, so when we have a class for 1 hour, you're speaking 30 minutes, I'm speaking 30, around approximately 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that even though the class is interesting, okay, after this class you feel tired. That is normal thing. With teachers, we are trained to do that. Okay, so we are trained to do that, and we don't have any problems. For example, not because I don't want to sound like that I am saying something that you want to hear, but I want to tell you that, for example, when I have a student that is like you, okay, I don't have any problems, for example, to have a class for 1 hour. Okay, that is not the problem because you cooperate, you speak with me. You in earlier classes, you asked me about some students, for example, how do they react on speaking? How do they react, for example, when we are having a free talk class, or how do they react on some materials? Okay, so I have some students that they don't want to participate. Okay, naturally, you will lose a lot of energy because you need to do the class, you need to do the lesson.
Yeah.
Of course, with you or students who are like you, I have several students like you. Okay, I don't have this problem, even though okay, I say some nice things now about you. Even though if I have a student from my previous class, this is one girl. She's not even close to your level, not even close. She's struggling a lot with reading, with we are having 1 hour, but this girl, she wants to learn.
Yeah.
Okay, and for me, it's not a problem. A student wants to learn, and student want to participate during the class. Great, excellent. Yeah. This is everything what I want. Okay, no problem. We will try to make it interesting. We will try to do something. But when you have a student, for example, that don't want to participate, that is naughty,
yeah,
and that is the problem, because you constantly you're watching on your clock. Oh, 1 hour, 1 hour. Okay, and you need to be patient. You need you need to show no emotions. Bad emotions. You need to show that everything is okay, but it's not okay. so you need to be a lot of patient with this kind of students. So with you or any other student, it's not a problem. I mentioned you several times before when I have class with you. This is something that is refreshing for me, because one of the last classes that I'm having during the day, and I don't have any problems. Okay, so we are our class floating without any problems. Okay, so we have a really nice and floating class. When I ask you some questions, you give me examples, you explain, okay, and this is why I want to cover some topics that develop your speaking skills, that you can speak even more. This is the thing number one. Thing number two, you mentioned about students who are doing these activities, who are naughty and who are, for example, took their shoes, throw away the shoes to the teachers. This is something that we also have here, but even worse in my country, even worse. For example, I want to give you one example. One of the students, he's like your age, around 14 years old. That is a primary school in our school system. Last week, I read one article. He was hitting the psychologist in school. He was kick psychologist, and you know what happened? When that happened, he was expelled, and you have here the law in our schools. When he is expelled, other school needs, because we have a lot of schools in our city, they need to accept him to come to other schools. Not even one school didn't want to accept him because he has a criminal record, like a young felony. So that is also the problem here, what is happening. And this is the reason why I don't want to work in a primary school. I can work in a primary school whenever I want, but I don't want to work because of these reasons. This is the reason why I prefer to work with online, strictly online, and with students from Asia, especially from China and Vietnam. So this is the thing that is happening in your country happens in my country also. So I understand what you want to say. And and the salary is also very low, very low here, because you need to cover the classes. You have students around 30, 35 to 40 students per class. You need to work in shifts. Sometimes this is too annoying. You cannot cover the materials. Students are not listening. You cannot discipline the students during the class. You only can say go to the principal office, nothing else. You cannot put arm like this. Your arms need to be you need to put down. Even though, for example, if student wants to kick you, you need to put your hands down.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm strong, and if I do something like this, I will go in a court. I will have really big problems with my government. If for example, if I defend myself, if someone take, for example, something to hit me, if I defend myself, I will be in trouble. Can you imagine this? So this is bad. Bad thing. Yeah. So very similar situation. Very similar. Low money. Low. Yes, we are not paying it, not enough. Second reason is we cannot do anything. Okay, so we just need to stay there and watch. And I don't want to watch this. I mentioned you. I didn't know if we used to have classes in this period of time. What happened? in May in my country. You can Google, you can find out very easily. In May, 3rd May 2023. What happened?
May
2023. Okay.
2000 wait. 15th
Okay.
of 15th
Okay.
of May.
No. I will type you. I will type you. So you will see now. Okay. Google like this.
Okay, 3rd May 2023. Okay. Belgrade school shooting. Yeah, a school shooting occurred at Varas. I don't know how to say this, but maybe that is both wait. Oh, school shooting. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it is so dangerous.
So one boy around your age,
13-year-old male student. 13-year-old male student opened fire on student staff, resulting in the death of 10 individuals, including 9 students and a security guard, 6 others, 5 students and a teacher, and also sustained injuries. Right?
So that was the biggest, one of the biggest tragedy that we used to have, in our country in the last year. So he killed 8 students and one security guard, and I don't know how many of them were wounded. So yeah, and that is the problem. He was, I don't know what happened there. We know that we heard a lot of stories, but we cannot believe in this. Okay, some stories are true. Someone wants to tell this one, this thing or this thing, but that was the biggest problem. This is something that happens. So when you say this that you mentioned, I can understand you now. This is why I didn't want to Google. I Google. You Google and you can find easily on the internet what happened. So and in my country that was, and you know what happened next. Okay, the day after that or 2 days after that, another shooting was there, but it was not around the school. It was 5th May shooting Serbia.
4th May 2023 Serbia shootings. 14 people was I think that the 14 people were injured. The suspect is a 21-year-old Serbian man, and the police found 4 bombs, a flare gun, a submachine gun, 2 silencers, a hunter's knife, and ammunition in the house of his suspect's grandfather.
2 days after first shooting, just 2 days after this. So this is when I ask you, if you remember, when we used to have our classes, when I used to ask you your opinion about school, about behavior in school, when I ask you about joining the army. Joining the army is something, in my opinion, something is good because I used to be in army. Okay, because this is something that discipline you. Okay, you become disciplined. Okay, you know your place. Where is your place? Okay, okay, not just shooting or something like this, but you know what you become a man after this, and this is what one of the biggest problems for when I, for example, speak with you, and when I saw I want to tell you something about your education, about how sometimes you think, for example, that your parents or teachers or I don't know, grandparents or anybody who educates you. And I think this is good because for example, here, teachers or any other You cannot discipline a child. You cannot say you're grounded. You cannot say, for example, you're doing something wrong. If you yell on your children, you cannot do that. Because government will come to you and take your child. So this is ridiculous. And this is the Western part. Okay, this is something that is from the West that came here. So in my opinion, this is bad. It's much better, for example, because I used to speak with you, because we used to have in the history, we used to have education like yours. We need to respect our teachers. We need to respect this. We need to do that. We need to do that. We have a lot of homework to do. But now we don't have a lot of homework to do. Children in our schools don't have. And in time, they will become stupid because they're not developing their brain. That's it.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And I want to ask you, okay, so we used to speak about doctors. We used to speak about teachers. I want to ask you about 2 more jobs that maybe I want to hear your opinion about these jobs. Okay. So what do you think about firefighters?
Firefighters? Yeah, I think there is another kind of the tough too. First is that because that you will like I think that the place they work is so dangerous. That is a fire, and fire is so dangerous that I think that there is a ton of accidents when I think that a person is trying to come out but don't, and then another firefighter go and rescue, but both died. Because I think the fire is so hot and it produces smoke. And you know the smoke that cause people to be blindness if you don't wear like glasses. So I think that the smoke is like do you know that when there is fire, when there is a fire, the thing that the firefighter that they worried about is not fire. You just use water. But the thing that you can't do is the smoke. Because even though that, I think that when you're in camping, when you want to extinguish the fire, that you will use water. But after that, you will see the smoke still coming for a small period of time. But I think the fires during an apartment or a mini house is very big. So yes, the smoke just go way higher. So I think that it can cause for firefighter to not see anything. And some firefighters, because help to try to rescue, also died. So yep, they're very dangerous, but I don't know what the salary look like. I know that the doctors are just normal, but what about the firefighters' salary in Vietnam? Let me just see. Firefighter salary. Okay, so the lowest, wait, I think that it will use a converter. USD. Okay, so right now is one USD is equal 24,385 Vietnamese down. So the inventory is raising too much. But anyways, let me see. Okay, so let me convert. The lowest salary for firefighters to the beginner, that is $180 per month. And if you are a master or expert, then and you have loads of year working with the firefighters, then that they can wait, and then that this can raise up to this can go up to $471 for this is the highest. I think that for the upper intermediate or the master firefighter that having loads of achievement, then they also receive more money than $471.
Okay, and yes, I'm pretty much aware of that. Okay, so this is something that is Yes, because the risk on this job is really high. When you're doing this job, it's really high risk. You're risking your life, apparently. So I think this job sometimes can cause not just, for example, physical problems.
Yeah.
Also sometimes you can have a mental problems. Okay, I want to give you one example. Okay, so for example, if someone go, for example, in a house that is, and you have fire there. Okay, so and someone die, and you need to evacuate this body or something like this. So that can be also a big problem, okay, for you, because you need to go to sleep. How you are going to sleep after that? How you're going to live after that if you do this job? Okay, so what is something that you will do? How would you react after all of these things that happens? So this is something that happened. You cannot happens. This is something that I don't want to say normal thing, but this is the part of the job that, okay, sometimes you can rescue someone and someone will live, but in some occasions you will not save these people, and you will carry with you, okay, and not now, because this is the stress that you will have the stress after this if you're a firefighter. I have one friend, he's a firefighter, but he's young, let's say young, around 28 years old. He's pretty much young. He was 26, 27 when he started to do this job. In time, when you look his face in time, okay, you become older, your face is not like young anymore or something like this, but his face, he's getting older so much in the last 2 or 3 years. I don't know what he saw in previous years, but he become much older. And I was thinking, if he wasn't doing this job as a firefighter, I think that he will not be so stressful. He will not feel stress when he's doing his job. So this is just my opinion, what I'm thinking about this. What do you think?
Wait, can you say again?
Okay, so what do you think about stress when you are doing this job, when you are stressful, when you are having a big stress? So what do you think? What do you think about this job? Is this job can cause your stress, or even though can this job, for example, can cause for example, that your life becomes shorter because of the
Wait.
stress?
What the job?
Firefighter.
No, yeah, I think that the firefighter is require a little bit of the brain. No, I think that not require an iron brain at all. You just need the bravery. I think that the bravery is the thing that use to. I think that is the ruler to calculate that how strong the firefighter is. Because if you don't have bravery and the compassion, that you can just risk your life going and rescue the people out. And so I think this job is not stress at all, and until you see that one of I think that friends that are still in firefighter that died in the fight.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see, and I want to ask you, okay, about one more job, about pilots. So what do you think about this job? Become a pilot.
The fire,
Mhm.
firefighter
No, pilot. I'm asking you about pilots, so people who are.
pilots. Yeah, I think that the pilot is actually pretty hard to learn. And after you have I think that the flying license, then you still have a lot of work to do. So I think list something first is that you have to learn a lot of things, and then you have to learn by heart all of the function of all the buttons. And there is about 500 buttons and levers. And I think that the Boeing 8737, the average plane, there are about 500 buttons and levers. And the pilots have to remember all of them. And the next thing that after you have a flying license, that you will have a lot of tests. And first is I think that the health, because the health is very needed, is a must essential. So every year that the pilot will have one check of health, and if the pilot is more than 40 years old, then they have to check twice a year. And if one of those things that is not enough, then you have to sit at home and receive no salary. And second one that about the knowledge, I think that you don't have to worry, because every 6 months, that's the pilot will going to be attempt a test. A test that in like wait, I don't know what is okay. So wait. Well, wait for me a little bit. Wait. Every 6 months that the pilot will going to be sent to like I think that is a room where that all of the buttons and levers are exactly in place. So this is like a fake plane that the pilot will take the test, and the test will be that there will be like a rescue if there is something happen, like the engine being on fire, or that there are a lot of situations where they need the knowledge. So every 6 months they have to have that. And the test also have a score. So if the score is not enough, again, stay at home. And next one is every year that once a year that they will have a in real life a reality test of flight and another ferry flight, as I just said. And that this ferry flight will test the skills and make sure that you are enough to fly a plane, and the knowledge that is if the knowledge not again, if you do it wrong, just stay at home. Yeah.
Okay.
That's free of the I think this is only the basics. There is lots more, because plane is not a joke. It depends on the lives as well, so you need a lot of preparation.
Yes, definitely. One thing before we continue, can I go to the toilet, please? To the toilet? Can I go to the toilet, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Okay. So, sorry, because I need to go to the toilet. Okay. So of these jobs that we mentioned 4 jobs. Which job do you consider that is the best? Okay. For example, the pay is the highest. Which one is the lowest? Which one would you choose, for example, that you want to work? Okay, so if you have experience, if you have, okay, so imagine that everything is perfect. So which one would you choose?
I think that the thing that I would like to choose. Let me see. I think that I don't have any ideas about the job in the future, but I think that I would like to be like a work in an office like my mother and my father, because the work are not very tough, and I can work in an air conditioner and receive like a enough salary for the work. Yeah, I would like to like my parents.
Okay, so this is the job that, for example, you consider that. Okay, but if you need to choose one of these jobs that we are mentioned today, so which one would you choose?
The job that I don't want to choose.
Yes.
I think that all the jobs that I have just said that I won't choose. I think there are about the 3 jobs: the doctors, firefighters, and the teacher. I would like to become that.
And pilots.
Yeah.
Four jobs. We mentioned 4 jobs.
Even though you know the salary of the pilot is very, very high. Some even become millionaires with the pilot. But I think that if the flight attendant is also a flying the plane, but do you know that they retire at 32 years old?
32.
I think that yes, they retire at 32 years old. The retire is 32 years old. Yes, yes. The flight attendant retire is 32 years old, because that the flight attendant is the representation for the plane. So the old in the face is something that is unacceptable. Yep. And do you know that the flight attendant is banned to have a husband or a wife and having a son?
No,
Banned.
I didn't.
Because they need a good health, and being pregnant is banned. And you know that they can literally lose the work if they have pregnant. So I think that even though that they can work back, I think there is almost 32 years old. So there's no money to work there. So yeah, the flight attendant really receive the salary about $1,000 per month. Insane amount. But they need a lot of work. Yeah. And do you know that some passengers are not having like a good behavior, and they just like doing something that is bad for the flight attendant, but they need to be calm, because if the flight get a star, then all the flight attendants will be like will be punished, because we don't. I think that make the customer happy, but there's nothing that they can do. But I think that if you fight with the flight attendant, you are wrong, because all the flight attendant that I know about the karate, and when there is a test, there will also be a karate test. Then they will fight this, and the kit, there is also something called an Almaty kit. No, is there a kit that is used for flight attendant and pilots to like fight with the people who are in danger. Yeah, so yep, the flight attendant is very, very tough, and it's very, very hard. So yep, I think that if you want a big salary and you want to work in a plane, that you can just set that.
Yes, I'm pretty much aware of this. Okay, so this is something that can happen. Okay, so this is something that yes, And what do you think about these jobs? Okay, when we are doing these jobs, okay, can people do people need to do a psychology test? Okay, for example, when they are doing these jobs, okay, we know that these jobs are stressful. Okay, we need
Yeah.
okay, so do you think, for example, that people should go on a psychology test? Okay, to see that they are normal or physical tests. What tests they need to have, for example, if they want to do these jobs? Let's start with firefighters because, in my opinion, they need to do two tests. Okay, they need
Yeah.
for. Okay, so I want to hear what you think about this.
So about the firefighters, I think that I don't have any opinion about this. That they need to be brave, need to be strong, they need to be fast, and they need to be like skillfully.
Mhm.
That I think that that's four of the things that a fighter must have if they want to get this level.
Mhm. Okay, and psychology test. How important is psychology test? Okay, for them. How important is this? What do you think?
So about the swiftness, they need to be fast because the fire is spread out fast too. So they need to be very very fast to rescue people or even like the things inside. Next one is bravery.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to risk their life to rescue the people that they don't have any religion. But for bravery, but for firefighters, I think that bravery is the first thing that they have to have because that thing is the decision. If they want to rescue people or not. If they don't rescue, then they can lose the work because firefighter is to rescue people from the fire. Next one is skillfully. They have to avoid any fire because not that there's no straits. You have to. I think that during a fire, that is the house is just like a maze. There are tons of fire, and if you accidentally jumping into one, then you will destroy the whole leg, and you lose the work because they need a full health.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so and what do you think about doctors? Okay, which test is important for them? Okay, which of these tests is important for them? For doctors.
In front of the doctors. First is I think the three is the compassion, a sympathy in the humanity, because some operation that took like 2 to 3 hours, that they have to have the skills in order for that they have to have patience because there is some work that took ages. For me, that's literally that I don't know how to do it, but for doctor is a small thing. And you know that they have to learn thousands and thousands of ways. They need to learn thousands and thousands of ways in order to be a doctor. And I think that the doctors are working like an overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, I think that keep awake until 2 or 3 a.m. is something that happened days.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
and how do you think they can have a normal life? How, for example, they can have a normal life if they are working like this? So, what do you think?
So I think that a normal life is almost impossible because when they have pregnant, then they need to stay at home for about 9 months, 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're pregnant, you literally can't do anything. You can only do smart work or online work. So during that, the doctors have to lose the work one time because nobody accept. So what they need to find a thing back to they need to find a job to doing when they're pregnant in order to process money. So all of the hard work now changes to the husband if even if they have. And before you have a doctor, you need 6 months, no, 6 years, and tons of work and money. And after that, you took another 18 months to take the certificate.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are feeling that you don't have enough life, when looking at your friends, you see that they are fully ready. and settle down, then you will wonder, why do we like using all of these 7 to 8 years? Why don't we just enjoy it? So you will ask yourself that questions, and you will see that all the hard work now become nothing because you choose the wrong rights inside that. So just doctor are not easy. The low salary, the only the average salary. But yeah, I think that the salary are just enough. Does not entertain. That's when I not count the money that they will spend for themselves.
Okay, so I think that I understand what you want to say about the whole situation here. Okay, and yes, this is something that can be easily. And what is the solution for teachers? Okay, can you please tell me what is the solution for teachers when they are having this? Okay, what do you think about them? You mentioned they are not paid enough. What do you think about them?
So I think that there is nothing we can do except the government is raise the salary for teachers. So there are more people will go to the teachers. But right now that the salary is still so low. And you know that the teachers are beginner, they have to receive about only I think that about $120 per month. So slow because they don't have any experience. They don't have any years in that. And you know that the salary only go up for $1 million down per month by
How much is
4 years. So I think that they can go up to about $200 per month after 4 years of studying.
Oh.
And you know that the highest is for the university. I think that the university teacher that they receive about $500 per month. But to achieve that, they need to have like 12 years of work without any bad grades, and then they have to spend like I think that they have to spend $15,000, just $15,000 learning, and you know that we have to pay all of that.
Yes.
And then you will become like a teacher. You will become a university teacher and receive that salary. But you will be in debt because nobody have $15,000 right when they want to become a teacher, the university teacher. So yeah, the teacher is still so bad about the salary. But recently, that I think that I don't have any solution.
Okay, I completely agree with you. So the situation here is really complicated. Okay, with all of these things that we are mentioned here. Okay, and I think that overall, my conclusion based on everything what we spoke today, that in these jobs that people should be paid more in your country and my country also. So this is something that I think that both of us we are thinking this in the same manner. Okay, Khang. I can say, did you enjoy today with on our class? Okay, so we spoke about some interesting topics.
Yeah. Bye and see you. I think that on Friday.
Tomorrow. Oh, Friday. Yes. Sorry. On Friday.
Yeah,
Yes.
Friday.
Yes. Similar days. Everything is very similar. See you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.